First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Yahweh is who this world ignorantly calls God. Yahushai is who this world ignorantly calls Jesus. Bahashem means in the name, Rakah means spirit, and Quadash means holy. That's on the Paleo Hebrew. Also to give double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. I want to make a video today bringing out some relevant information going into how the government is saying that a cyber attack is coming, right? And I've made previous videos going into this topic, but it is coming up back again, right? It's on the mainstream media going into how, hey, the FBI is warning, we got to be ready, okay? When they're coming out saying these things is ultimately because they're about ready to pull that switch, right? They are the ones in control, right? You have to remember that the way the elites do these things is that it's a problem, reaction, solution, a game plan, right? They bring in the problem, they look at the reaction of everybody, and then they bring in the solution. Another way of saying it is order out of chaos, right? They bring in the chaos, and then they bring in their order, whatever they want to do, okay? It's also called the Hegelian dialect, okay? Look up all those words, okay? But ultimately, this was a Twitter post, okay? It says, breaking FBI director, Chinese hackers are coming for us. Director Ray, Chinese government-linked hackers have burrowed into U.S. critical infrastructure and are waiting for just the right moment to deal a devastating blow. An ongoing Chinese hacking campaign known as the Vault Typhoon has successfully accessed numerous American companies in telecommunications, energy, and water, with 23 pipeline operators being targeted. They're developing the ability to physically wreak havoc on our critical infrastructure at a time of its choosing. Its plan is to land low blows against civilian infrastructure to try to induce panic and harm to American citizens and communities, right? And the devil is telling you, man. He's telling you that this is on the way, okay? And it's funny how they know that it's they say, oh, it's the Chinese doing this. They have their hands on all this type of technology. We know where they're at, but they're not doing nothing to stop it. Right? If they have all this information of how they're being hacked, why don't they do something to stop it, right? It looks fishy, okay? And ultimately, that's exactly what it is, right? It's beautiful, right? This guy right here, he said, the WEF did a simulation event named Cyber Polygon, similar to Event 201, where they predicted a cyber attack would cause world economies to crash, emptying bank accounts and taking down the supply chain management. It ain't China, but problem, reaction, solution. Right, that's the same thing I said, right? And if you look at the repost right here, A144, right? Call halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Okay, these are signs to show us that something is on the way. Okay, because without these articles and shit, we've been knowing that something is on the way, right? But this further solidifies it. Okay, another thing that happened today was that there was 911 outages, 991. There was 911 outages in multiple states, right? Even in the state I'm in, right? Let me just search up 911 and get more results. It says 911 outages impact millions in Texas, Nevada, Nebraska, and South Dakota, right? Lumen Technology said some customers experienced an outage when a third-party company physically cut our fiber while installing a light pole. Okay, and it goes to show you that instantly things can take a turn, right? Imagine you're going through some shit, right? You're being robbed. Something was happening to you, and the exact moment you had to call 911, right, for some help, some security, and you were not able, okay? You were just caught in a pickle, okay? Ultimately, that reality is going to be a worldwide, and it's not going to be something out of just coincidence, right? That's going to be the normal life, right? 911 is going to go away. There's not going to be police officers out here to help you. Okay, they're going to be at home taking care of their own families, okay? So it goes to show you that instantly, right, things can change, okay? And let's get a scripture dealing with that. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 2, it says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of Yahweh so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Right, so while everybody's talking about, oh, America's going to get back together, we're going to have a bounce back, everything's fine, okay, guys, don't worry. Right, when people are in that mentality, that's when shit's going to hit the fan. Right? When people least expect it, that's when the rug is going to get pulled. Okay, and that's why we have to be constantly keeping our heads on a swivel. Right? Constantly looking at the times and redeeming the days, because we're just by looking at everything that's going on, we know that the stage is set. Right? I've been talking about this. The stage is set. The stage has been set since last summer. Okay, last summer the Fed introduced what's called the Fed Now, which is pretty much the digital infrastructure for the digital dollar. Okay, to have everything on a digital basis. Okay, and they had a pilot program which says that's already completed. So everything is already laid out for a digital system. All they have to do is find a way to bring it in. Okay, and the way they're going to do that is that they're going to get rid of this current system. Okay, and that's where they come in with the chaos. And then that's after the chaos, they bring in the order, right? The solution. Okay, so yeah, cyber attack is not far-fetched. Okay, another article here. Biden said the same thing. He said, Biden admin, U.S. ports prep for cyber attacks as nationwide infrastructure is targeted. U.S. physical infrastructure is increasingly the target of hacks, with Google's cybersecurity firm Mandiant releasing a report Wednesday teasing out links between Russian hackers and a January attack on a water filtration plant in a small Texas town. Right, that's another thing, is that as we read in that Twitter post, right, that the FBI was talking about, they're targeting energy, water, and telecommunications, right? So if hackers were to hit these things, these water pumps will not be pushing, okay? You would not be able to get fresh water, right? That would already cause panic, okay? Energy, light, there's not going to be any light, okay? You're not going to be able to turn on the stove and cook something up, have heat, okay? And telecommunications, right? You saw that in the movie Leave the World Behind, right, where the guy was talking about how the first 24 hours, okay, is pretty much cutting the communications, okay, and have people just bug out, okay? So, hey, they make these movies to show you what's coming, right? It's called predictive programming. So when it actually goes down, your mind, your subconscious is already prepared, right? It's already seen it somewhere, so it's not as much of a shock, right? You accept it. So, hey, we're entering into some very difficult times. And if you're spiritual, you can see it, right? Even Yahushua said it, that, hey, you guys these Pharisees, they can discern, right? They can look at the skies and see that there's clouds, and they can say that it's about to rain, okay? But you can see the signs of the end times, and don't you know that it's right there, roughly paraphrasing, right? So pretty much what he was saying is that you can tell when it's about to rain, but you can't tell that it's the end. But let's read this in Ecclesiasticus chapter 5, verse 7. It says, Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance. Right? So you can't be out here being lukewarm. Right? The apostles, Apostle Tahar has been harping on that. Right? How you can't be lukewarm. Okay? You have to be on fire for this truth. Okay? Because when you least expect it, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, it can come down with that judgment. Okay, and here it is. I already know there's a lot of Israelites out here that when shit hits the fan, that's when they're gonna be seeking the Lord. Right? It says that in Psalms chapter 110. Right? How my people shall be willing in the day of my power. So you can't be lukewarm, right? Because you might not be in the right mentality to deal with all the atrocities that are about to come on this earth. Right? And just how we saw that 911 outage, it said, hey, when you least expected it, in thy security, thou shalt be destroyed. Okay? Imagine all the people that actually needed help that couldn't call 911. In thy security, thou shalt be destroyed. Straight judgment. Right? So you can't make no tarrying. And that word tarrying goes into procrastinating, delaying. Right? You have to seek the Lord right now. Okay? Right now. But let's keep reading this. It says, the nation's largest ports are also at risk, and Biden administration cybersecurity officers and key port executives held a call on Wednesday to discuss security issues, including the Chinese-made cranes that have received government scrutiny this year. More needs to be done across the ports and supply chain, said Gene Soroka, executive director for the Port of Los Angeles, who noted that in 2023, the port stopped 750 million hacking attempts. God damn. 750 million is not no joke. right? Hey, they're warning that something is coming, right? They're telling you. Okay, and hey, who's been talking about this first? The prophets of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, right? Us out here prophesying, going out down the highways and byways and telling you what's coming, going into the prophecies. Okay, we're not looked at as prophets, but soon to come, these people are going to realize that everything we've been talking about was true. Right? It talks about that, I think, is in Ezekiel, the 30th chapter, or 33rd chapter, or 3rd chapter, one of those, about how then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them, right? When they see all these things come to pass. Okay? But let's get into some conditions now of how the world is going to be, right? Because a cyber attack, it would bring in several things. Okay, the first one would be that people would instantly panic. Okay, and I actually had a dream, which I believe was a vision, of exactly the same thing, right? Which now, how I'm seeing these news come out, I had another vision, right, which was that Iran attacked Israel, that Israel attacked Iran, which, that one looks like it's about to be fulfilled. Okay, and if that was fulfilled, then that means that the other one I had, I'm about to give the story real quick, that the other one I had is also going to be fulfilled, that it's actually a vision. But pretty much the dream or vision I had was that I'm at this university right now, and pretty much we have like this little store. And I just remember I just woke up and I was at this little store, and the little store was packed with students, right? Arm to arm, running around, jumping, right? Trying to get checked out by two cashiers, and you could just see the people screaming and having things in their hand and almost jumping over the counter trying to be checked out, okay? And in my mind, I was like, damn, Jacob's trouble, right? Shit hit the fan. These people are looking for food, right? Something just happened that made them go to the stores to try to stock up, okay? And I remember in the dream that everybody was spazzing out and the cashier wasn't paying attention to him. But the cashier saw me out of everybody in the crowd and started checking me out, and I got everything I needed and I dipped out of there. Right? He focused his attention on me. And I perceived that to be that, the Lord is going to make provision for us. Right? The Lord, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, he's going to take care of the elect, and he's going to have things happen that, somehow, one way or another, we find food and water. Right? Which that's what I believe what the cashier focus on me was portraying. Okay, but the fact is that I saw straight panic, right? And ultimately, this is the scripture this is the prophecy that is linked to. This is 2 Ezra chapter 6 and verse 22. It says, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty." Right? And those storehouses, those sown places, is dealing with your Walmarts, right? Your grocery centers, okay? Places you go shopping, okay? All these places, instantly, right? Suddenly shall they be found empty. They're going to appear unsown. Okay? Because if there were to be a cyber attack, all these people, they're instantly going to know, damn, we need to go get water. We need to go get food. Because we don't know how long this is going to endure. We don't know how long we're going to be without energy. Right? We're going to be without light. We're going to be without water. So we got to go get it now. And that's when everything is just going to go instantly. Right? Forget 2020 with the toilet paper. These people are going to be out here fighting for their lives. Okay? You might go into the store, check out, and have everything you need, right? Walking back to your car with a cart full of water and food, and people might just be waiting in the parking lot to assault you, kill you, and take your shit, right? That's gonna be a thing. So, we're entering into a cold reality, right? All these shows we've seen on Netflix, right? Black Mirror, okay, Purge, all these types of things soon are going to be a reality, okay? And all you could do is prepare spiritually, right? Because scriptures, Salakia, you can be wise, you can stock up on water and food, but at the end of the day, that water and food is going to run out, right? Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai said that he's going to try us, right? That he's going to see who's part of his elect, who's really down for him, who's really trying to get down for his crown, okay? So that means he's going to put you in situations where you don't got what you need to see if you really have faith that he's going to come through. Okay, so always keep that in mind, that it's all about faith first. But let's get Isaiah chapter 19. And I'll start at verse 14. It says, "Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. They have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit." Right, and the Egypt here is talking about America. Right? Revelation 11 and verse 8 backs that up. Talks about how that great city spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. It says, neither shall there be any work for Egypt which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. Right, that's another thing, is that if there is a cyber attack, hey, people are not going to be going to work. Right, there's not going to be any work for Egypt. People are going to be out here on the streets. Right, just how you see these niggas, right, pretty much posted outside the liquor store, right, 24/7. It's going to be that on steroids. People are just going to be chilling, right, gossiping, hearing on what's the word, okay, and pretty much just trying to find some sort of information, okay? And if this cyber attack is prolonged, hey, it's going to be chaos, okay? Just how that movie Leave the World Behind is going to be just like that, okay? That's a perfect illustration. But it says, in that day shall Egypt be like unto woman, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of Yahweh of hosts, which he shaketh over it. Right, in that day, the Egyptians, all right, so-called Americans, are going to be like unto women. Right, people are going to be pretty much pussified. Right, they're going to be in their feelings. Okay, they're going to be weak. All these men out here that are always walking around, oh yeah, I can bench 315, I can squat 4 plates, I know martial arts, I know this and that, I was in the Marines. Okay, I could protect myself. All these niggas, yes, all of them, if they don't have the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, if they don't have this truth, they're going to be out here like women. Okay, because everything is going to fail them, right? Their food resources eventually is going to run out, right? People are going to hunt them down, and they're not going to have that protection, right? The only people that are going to make it until the end, right, are the elect of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, which the Lord is going to intervene and perform miracles. Okay, and you have to actually believe that. If you are in this truth and you don't believe the Lord is going to perform miracles, you're in it for the wrong thing, right? You have to check your mentality, okay? You have to pray to the Lord, okay? Because that's a requirement that we're going to need in these times to come, is that the Lord has to help us, right? We can't do this on our own. We need spiritual intervention, right? But, hey, we'll see. We'll see if anything happens. Pretty much, like I said earlier, keep your head on a swivel and just stay on point. Make sure you're doing your daily activities, right? Doing your reading, okay? Doing your videos if you're a teacher. Watching videos, constantly being fed with new information, constantly growing, okay? And making sure that foundation, right, your spiritual house is in order, okay? Because soon to come, that's the only thing that's going to matter. So I'll leave it at that. Hopefully this is edifying. With that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Radash, and double honors to the outer bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Shalom to you, like Shalom.